Hi, I couldn't post this excerpt from Calvin Herndon's book, Sex and Racism in America, without offering some clarification. First of all, the part that I discussed in class is the self-explanatory page 3 here. The part on the other side of the page, however, brings up another very controversial issue. And what Herndon is talking about is not his own personal belief. He's an African American sociologist, but rather the effects of internalized racism on Black culture. So he says that white people can look with fresh eyes on African Americans without having the sense of internalized racism that many Black people did at that time. Therefore, white people see Black people as exotic and possibly sexually exotic. He then goes in the second paragraph into a strange sounding example, a metaphor of a religious urge for the white woman. And he says that in a number of instances, the Black man not only seeks aggression in taking the white woman's body. I'm not certain what he means about that. Perhaps, yes, I'm just not sure what he means about that. I think the myth of the Black rapist is at issue here. However, he proposes this idea that white flesh in the racist imaginary, so in terms of racial mythology and racist ideas, if someone has internalized racism as a Black person or has guilt for their Blackness, then and buys into white racism and white standards of beauty and purity, then, as he says below, coming together with a white person can cleanse the Black self-consciousness from all of the myths of racism and Black inferiority that operated in the United States for a few hundred years. So when he says the white woman is the immaculate conception of our civilization, he definitely doesn't believe that. He's not promoting that idea. But in the history of racial myths that created the idea of irreparable difference between Black and white, and also the idea of racial inferiority, justified slavery, lynching, Jim Crow, that the white woman was on a pedestal and supposedly pure and asexual, only, had sex with her husband because she wanted to have babies. And so this figure of the pure white woman is another central part of racist ideology. That's what Herndon is saying. I just wanted to clarify that. When we watch Sinners next week, Mary is a white-looking Black woman, so she's in a very interesting in-between place in terms of her appearance and her identity. And we will continue to discuss these ideas next week. I hope you have a great weekend.